This demonstration is to discuss tables, rules, shapes, and applying effects to shapes or objects. We will just open a letter-sized document with half-inch margins. So you can actually type in 0.5 and then IN and hit Tab. Notice it is the same as what was there, but that's just to show you can actually type in the value in inches, making sure you put the IN, even if you only have picas showing or points. Now again, if you need to change your rulers, you simply either control click or right click on the ruler bars and you can change to different increments, and that should make your document seem a little bit more logical. To begin this project, let's draw a text box at the top, and we will center the copy, and any font will do. I'll use what's here, Minion Pro. I'll make it bold, however. And I'm going to do tables, rules, shapes, and effects. Now, to begin creating a table, the first thing you'll need to do is create another text box for the table to occupy. So draw the text box, and then you will go to Table, Insert Table, and then it will ask you how many rows you want, and you can always add more rows as you go along by simply tabbing at the end of the last row, and it will automatically put a new one in. Columns, however, you will need to add or subtract by way of a dialog box. Here, let's do 5 columns, 4 body rows, and let's do 1 header row. You can actually have more than one, but in general you may have lists that have different things, so we'll create this one, and again there's a header row at the top, and you'll see how that comes to play in a minute. We're going to center the copy here. Actually, if you want to go out to the side till you get a horizontal dark arrow, you can click and you'll notice the control bar up top changes and you can align everything centered. So every time you click inside a cell, that will be centered. So let's do date, then you hit the tab key to go to the next cell. Let's call it item number. We aren't actually going to input values here, but description, subtotal, and then total. Actually, let's change that to quantity. That would make a little more sense if we're having subtotal and total. Now, as you're in the table, you can make the cells smaller, much like you can do in Excel, or if you have the Mac version Numbers. These sizes of cells you may change them later as you go along. Probably the description needs to be the widest. Now, as you're working along, you may decide that you want to reverse out this header row, where reversing means that the background is dark. Matter of fact, it looks like this when we're through, but if you notice, that was me highlighting it. But what we can do is we can highlight that whole bar, go to the swatches palette, and there's a T. I think we've talked about this possibly before. Click on the T, make sure the fill is forward, and let's put paper as the text color. Now when we do that, or we click off of that, you'll notice that the type has gone away. It really hasn't gone away. It's just simply that the type is now the same color as the background. Now if you click after a word and then drag all the way past the word, you select the whole box. Notice now on your swatches palette it's back to object rather than text. So here we can actually apply black to the background. Maybe we're going to change each one to a different color. Let's get date again. I actually got that one and didn't realize I had both at the same time. So you have to be careful when you drag and select, because you can actually select 2 at the same time. Let's try green. Now of course this is kind of outlandish design here, but it's to show a principle. And then here we'll go to yellow, but notice how total doesn't show up. So let's highlight the word total and then go back and change total to black. Now, of course, you can enter info here. Again, you can highlight all of these columns. Maybe you want them all to be centered except the description column. And so what we'll do is just highlight inside those and maybe make it left. Then the subtotal and total field most likely would be right if they're values, money values. And you can also apply tabs as you do in other fields. Like if you highlight all of these, you can apply a tab. Let's go to your tabs key, and it will actually allow you to put a decimal tab in there. And let's go here, and we can do the same thing, apply a decimal tab in here. So now when we type in, let's say the date is, currently I'm on the 14th creating this demonstration. Let's say it's 3, call it lawn ornaments. So this allows you to fill that. Again, you can fill any of these with any color, apply tabs. You can use different fonts. Maybe for the header row, you'd like all of these to be a sans serif. Let's try maybe Myriad. Myriad Pro Bold, so that your header has a different presence.